Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel and welcome to my new setup. This is the very first video that we're filming in the new setup, so hopefully you enjoy this one better than you did the last one or the one before that. So what do you think? Anyway, this video is about Scream. Now I know that there's ups and downs at the moment with the Scream franchise, and there's some people saying that Scream 7 is probably going to get cancelled. Now this video is not about confirming anything, it's just about what we think is going to happen, and my opinion as well of what I think might happen. But with Scream 7, it's not being cancelled. There's obviously rumours of the film being cancelled because the director's left and half the cast are gone, or at least the better half. So there's not anything good coming out right now, but rest assured, apparently, Scream 7 is not being cancelled. Not only is it not being cancelled, but they're currently looking for a replacement director. So by looking for a replacement director so fast, it also means that they're still planning and not only bringing the movie out, but bringing it out ASAP. I feel like this video is going to be kind of meta because the issues that they're having with Scream 7 almost feels intentional now. And it almost feels intentional to a point where, are the studios now trying to be meta? Is it getting to a point where maybe everything that's happening right now, I don't believe this is just a joke, but maybe everything that's happening right now is intentional by the studio and the actors. Maybe they want us to believe that everything that's happening is real, and then when Scream 7 comes out, Melissa Barrera's going to be in it, Jenna Ortega's going to be in it, Christopher Landon's going to be directing the movie, Stu, Sydney, they're all going to be back, and it's going to be one big hoax that everybody left or died in the film, and we'll be like, whoa, that's crazy. That's almost how it feels. And do you want to know why? Because Scream in 2022, Scream 5, felt like a remake to Scream 1. And then Scream 6 came along and it felt like a remake to Scream 2. As you all know, it's set at college, etc. And the motives behind the killers is the exact same as what happened in Scream 2. Blah, 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 blah. We've already discussed that. And then in Scream 3, they had problems with writing. They had problems with the script. And that's the reason that the film got delayed until 2000, because the film was originally supposed to come out in 1999, but they had to delay it because of what happened in real life with the shootings. So because of the real life shootings in America, they had to rewrite the script. Not only did they have to rewrite the script, as they were filming on the day, they had to rewrite certain scenes and dialogue as they were filming the movie. That's why when you watch Scream, the dialogue's a bit shaky, because rest assured, half the dialogue you're hearing was written on the day of shooting. So there was a lot of problems with Scream 3, and there was that delay. We'd got Scream in 1996, we got Scream 2 in 1997. Ideally, they would have brought Scream 3 out in 1998, but they couldn't quite do that, and it got stretched to 1999, and then eventually it came out in February 2000. So there's quite a bit of a gap between the second one and the third one compared to the first and the second. And I think that's what's going to happen with Scream 7. We've got Scream 5 coming out in January 2022. Just over a year later in March 2023, we've got Scream 6. And then they have to delay it because of what's happening behind the scenes. It's almost identical to the issues, not the same issues, but the same style and the same kind of delay that they got with Scream 3. We're getting with Scream 7. It's almost uncanny, and it seems so coincidental that part of me thinks, could this be intentional? Now, like I said, I'm obviously joking. There's a part of sarcasm in there. However, if it turned out I was right in my sarcasm that they're all coming back and they only wanted to pretend, I wouldn't be surprised. I would be like, that makes sense, because you wanted it to be like Scream 3, not only on screen, but off screen as well. And if they'd done that and pulled it off, I would be like, that's smart. That's really good. I saw it coming, jokingly, but that's still really smart if you were able to pull that off. Could you imagine going to see Scream 7 with trailers for a cast that just weren't in the movie? Can you imagine they've done fake trailers for Scream 7 with new cast, and we're like, okay, it looks good, we'll go and see it. But then when you go and see it, that cast that you saw in that trailer all die in the opening scene to Scream 7, and then it says Scream 7 title card, and then it cuts to the film, and then you see Melissa Barrera, you see Jenna Ortega, you see Neve Campbell, and you're like, what? No, that's a good twist. That's a great twist. And I've just spoiled it for you there, guys. But how cool would that be? I think it would work. Guys, if you're from Spyglass, if you're from Paramount, watch this video. Take note. That's what you could do. Getting back to reality though, guys, Scream 7 is not cancelled. They're still looking for a director, like I said. What director could that be? Absolutely no idea. Before Christopher Landon was initially confirmed as the director, before he bailed out, I would have said Christopher Landon would have been a great choice to be the director for Scream 7 because he's directed a cast of characters similar to the cast of characters in Scream 5 and 6. So it would be a natural progression for him to go and direct a movie like Scream. He's proven that he's a good director. He's done Happy Death Day, Happy Death Day to You. He done Freaky. They're not perfect films, but they've got similar vibes to them that these new Scream films have got with them as well. So if you want a natural progression between Radio Silence and the next director, Christopher Landon would have been the perfect choice. I feel now that because Christopher Landon is now gone, whoever they bring in next, if they're completely different to someone like Christopher Landon or Radio Silence, I feel like the mood and the feel of the film will be different as well, and the tone will feel different. I'm not saying that's a bad thing because Scream 5 and 6 are not the best in the franchise anyway, so if they change the tone and the characters, maybe it will be for the better. I just hope that, even though I see issues with Scream 5 and 6, could it be playing devil's advocate that you bring someone else in to try and do better, but in actual fact to do worse? Yes, they could do better, and it's great, but if you bring in somebody else that's completely different, I'm hoping that they'll be better, but what happens if they're not? What happens if that vibe that they had is gone and it becomes the worst in the franchise? I do say that Scream 6 is the worst in the franchise, but it's a good film. For those of you who are watching and still say, why do you hate Scream 6? I don't hate Scream 6. I think it's the worst in the franchise, but that's not a bad thing because the Scream franchise is really strong. Scream 6 is good. It's just the worst in the franchise. But if they do a Scream 7 with a completely different director that doesn't have the same tone, it could be the worst in the franchise, but we could be looking at the first bad Scream film. So what are your thoughts on that, guys? Who do you think is going to direct Scream 7? Do you think Scream 7 will get cancelled? It shouldn't. And what do you think of my idea of pretending that there's a production issue, just like there was in real life with Scream 3, but pretending that there is a production issue and that's part of the elaborate hoax for Scream 7, and seeing this opening with a cast of characters that we see in the trailer, title card, and then the original cast coming back for Scream 7. What do you think of that idea? Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of my idea. And what's your idea for the next Scream 7? What do you think they should do? As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played in the cat?
Someone's in the back seat!